Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, it's shit's real. We talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pascal Beardo, England representing. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
You know what it is. Jesus Shuttleworth, the God, aka the GOAT artist, aka Lauderdale Boss. Yes, sir. We back here Wednesday night, whatever the fuck we feel like, nigga. It's ring gang. We can talk about boxing, whatever. But yeah, let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ring again, house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
West Flies Conscious Pod, the West Coast Avenger, number one contender. Let's get it. It's been a minute, but we're here. Ring Gang Radio. Let's fly.
Yeah, it's definitely meant for Pie. You know, before you heard that intro, you know what I'm saying? But salute to him. You know, we're on here. I know P is a little exactly. P is a little under the weather, so you won't be joining us tonight, though. But yeah, no, we had to, this particular, this show is basically largely on two things: Hall of Fame discussion, which will be our last topic, and then Triple G, which will start shortly. But before that, though, we gotta acknowledge though something horribly tragic that just we got news about. You know, the son of Arturo Gatti Jr. was found deceased in Mexico right now, and I mean, there's right now. I mean, it hasn't been completely confirmed about what he passed away from. There are a couple of suggestions like it's unknown or the S word. But it just adds another whole tragic chapter to the whole Gotti story. Because I mean, obviously, if you watch boxing in the '90s and the 2000s and stuff like that, Arturo Gatti, senior, was all action. Dude basically got into the Hall of Fame because of the amount of wars he had in the ring. I mean, and it's crazy thing. And this ties back to the Hall of Fame discussion we're having. Like most people can barely pick out his best victories as a pro. But
most people used him as the baseline for until Vinny Paz got in. Most people used him as Arturo Gotti. Then why can't so and so? Unfortunately, it's just the truth.
Yeah. It's unfortunate though. But like I said, basically Arturo Gotti got in because of a lot of the blood he spilled and a lot of the wars he had. Classic wars he's had. But most people couldn't even tell you like what belts he held or who are his best wins as a pro, stuff like that. But he was he was loved though. Like pretty much when you saw him on HBO or whatever, you knew you were going to catch you were going to see a fade.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame because he used to give us Hall of Fades.
Yeah, and because
two-time two division champion like. Gotti's Hall of Fame, man. He on the lower end of where niggas really want from Hall of Fame fighters. But
yeah, like
I want this outrage to go to fucking Vinny Paz.
And we'll probably get more into that too. But yeah, you'd struggle.
But R.I.P. Gotti Jr. though.
Yeah, I mean, for seeing you'd be hard pressed to find a bad Gotti fight, like in win or lose. What I mean?
But yeah, terrible, man. It's like some Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee type shit. Like it's just horrible.
Yeah, exactly. But because we all know, like, I mean, because Senior was part of a trifecta of deaths during that summer of 2009, where it was like it was an incredibly hot summer, and
yeah.
And then, like I said, I mean, we all know how Gotti. I know they try to say it was mysterious, but no, I mean, we all know how Gotti Senior died. It was some foul shit by his wife that did it. Flat straight up and down that did
it's kind of like some Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina type shit, similar concept.
Guy Senior was murdered, and Guy Jr. had been boxing like he'd been, and you could tell that the boxer was looking out for him, like there was a lot of people because they had love for Senior. So just the fact he was only 18, and and he was just in that gym, like it's sad too because it's just like
because remember Gotti's family had to do a whole private investigation down in Brazil, about that murder and shit. I think Freitas spoke on it. There's a lot of just fish market shit going around, involving his death and everything, and just to see this happen, and then his son dies in a year where there's been a hell of a lot of boxing deaths this year. Like
I'm saying, like
too many. Like honestly, like. There's been more boxer deaths than rapper deaths right now. Like, and at one point, it's crazy. But at one point, we was like, damn, this nigga got murdered. This nigga got like. Then it kind of just chilled. But now it's like y'all, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's starting to get the feel, and because I know a lot of the legends in boxing are starting to pass. Like a lot of them have already passed already. So now you see someone who didn't even have a chance to actually, to actually live life, experience life the way he should have, and he's like now it's just extinguished way too early, man. So yeah, it's just another sad chapter in the Gotti story. It's like. And Gotti should really never be in the same sentence. But unfortunately, sometimes boxing, it's there's not. I mean, boxing has a lot of sad stories, unfortunately. So
it's almost wouldn't be boxing if it didn't have some type of sadness to it.
Yeah, like you have the good and then the bad, but this is definitely this is bad and this was incredibly sad. So yeah, definitely rest in peace to Arturo Gotti Jr.
Peace to Arturo Gotti Jr. for sure. Yeah,
and then condolences to his family and everything, man. But yeah, no, I just had to definitely mention that because it was just like God damn, that sucked.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm still sad about Ricky's death. So
exactly, yeah.
Like I'm still feeling a way about that.
It was just his birthday last week too, so it just it kind of
and it's like that the birthday reminded us all over about him again, and it's like
right after.
It was like you're supposed, we remember him forever, but it's just
but like right
it's
after,
a different type.
Because right after, like 2 weeks after, he died, he passed away, but then now his birthday's coming. It's like, oh damn it, now
like we've been living all them. All the trauma again, and it's like damn, but just R.I.P. Arturo Gotti Jr. Man, just a sad day in boxing. Been too many of those in boxing this year.
Yeah, too many of those, and not enough like fights and stuff like that lately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I remember I think it was the 2 Japanese fighters that died.
Yeah,
you got Foreman, you got Ricky Hatton. I know I'm missing a few.
Yeah, Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
Muhammad. What a year!
Dwight Muhammad. Yeah.
Foreman.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
fucking crazy, nigga. Like that's some
2 legends. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's been a year too. But because, like I said, unfortunately, usually when you'd have fights kind of distract you from that, but they're not out there yet. So there's been other kind of news that's been kind of permeating boxing. One where I don't understand why it's such a big thing, but now, so the current Boxing Hall of Fame ballots, they're out right now. I mean, obviously, all the insiders that are take part of that. They like to kind of scan it and they'll share it on the social media and stuff like that. And one name stuck out from there that seems that everyone has everyone in a fucking like tizzy, and of course that's one Gennady Genadovich Golovkin, aka Triple G. Now, for whatever reason, obviously during his active career, Triple G had a lot of detractors for a lot of different reasons, but it just seemed like this shit started up all over again. To see him on the ballot, and it's just like.
You started sucking their teeth like hoes. Like
the think pieces, like is it like on Triple G is like it's like damn. I feel like I'm reliving, the arguments and the posts I used to have.
It's a very polarizing. It's a very polarizing situation with Triple G. It's kind of crazy how
it shouldn't be though.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, no, I agree.
It really shouldn't. Like honestly, a lot of niggas hate. And jealousy and whatever could make you say that type of shit is manifested in a lot of these niggas. Like, it's one thing to state your opinion once or twice, but you got niggas who are actively campaigning against this shit. Like, that's when it gets weird to me.
Yeah, no, it's weird because, like I said, I mean, obviously, if you watched HBO in the mid 2010s or whatever, most people memories of Triple G because HBO kind of pushed him and Lomachenko and
Crawford. He was a part of that rush too. Like I don't know why niggas forget that shit. Like
and Chocolatito, Chocolatito just got it.
Yeah, and Chocolatito, like
Ward, Chocolatito, Triple G. Yeah.
So Ward was a different situation because Ward was not pushed like that. I mean, he certainly wasn't as popular as that. I mean, but that's a whole different kind of conversation.
Yeah, but Crawford, Lomachenko, and Chocolatito and Golovkin, they're all from the same HBO class of mainstream push type shit. Like I don't know why niggas try to make it seem like they're not.
And a lot of people, and a lot of people back then hated it because they was like, well, why are you pushing them? Like, because this is when Floyd left HBO.
But niggas got mad when HBO was pushing Jermaine Taylor. Like, you can't make niggas happy at middleweight for some reason.
Yeah. And it's just like, and you say, oh, Triple G's overrated, this, that, and there's always the story, Triple G's a can crusher, this and that and the third. Like, I still remember the Danny Jacobs fight, and what people were saying. People were pissed that he got the win over Jacobs. Like,
but then you started hearing some of the worst scorecards of all time. That's when I found out niggas was hating. Motherfuckers was giving Jacobs 8 rounds to 4 in a fight. He got dropped.
Yeah, and I'm
like, wait, what the fuck were we watching?
And there's one thing I've always said about that particular fight too. Jacobs blew weight purposely because he was supposed to weigh in twice. He said he pulled that shit. He said, yeah, I want to weigh in once because I want to keep my strength. He knew exactly what he was supposed to weigh in twice.
But didn't fight like it. That's the biggest bitch move I ever seen. What's the point of gaining that weight or whatever, blowing the weight claws and all that shit, to be running around and not, fight like you trying to have a weight advantage?
Yeah, and at the end of the fight, Andrew sinks to his knees. His trainer had to get him like, "Oh, Andrew, get your ass up. And what are you doing?" Like, cause you don't
look like a winner.
Yeah, judges see that and they were like, "Oh yeah, he's trying to survive. He on his knees. Like, what the hell is he doing?"
Like he's thinking, God, like nigga, this ain't Planet of the Apes, bro. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, and then it just seemed like, and then after it got worse, with the Kell Brook fight. Kell Brook outboxes him for like 2 rounds or whatever, and then Triple G shows him the difference between having power at 147 and having power at 160. And there's a huge difference. That Triple G ends up committing a horrific injury on Kell Brooks, pretty much shortening his career. Going forward.
Yeah, pretty much. But you could thank Eubank for that.
He broke half his face, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's the shit. I'm like, hold on, like y'all see what he's doing to niggas? Because my thing is this: whenever there's a motherfucker who people try to treat like Golovkin, and he's having a long reign of defenses, or he's just beating everybody, and everybody's like their cans, there always comes a fight where one of these cans kind of topples this nigga, or makes him lose, or what can has done that to Golovkin?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a little bit, just because you guys are more the Golovkin, I don't say fans, but you guys are bigger Golovkin fans than I am. I think he's a Hall of Famer for sure. And he's a little past his prime, but some felt he lost to Derevyanchenko. Some really feel that way, and it was really close.
Now the Derevyanchenko fight, and I've always said before, Derevyanchenko has a better case of saying that he beat Canelo before Canelo actually had fought him the third time. And he
has a better case for saying he beat him than Jacobs did.
Yeah,
I'll give him that, but I still thought he lost. The knockdown's the difference in the fight, and the ref fucked up that fight. That fight was supposed to be a TKO for Golovkin.
But even more noticeably, Derevyanchenko never got as fucked up as he did in any other fight before or after Triple G. Like people.
Thank you.
Triple G, like Derevyanchenko, the next day you see his eyes are swollen shut. It's like, I mean, and on top of that, the punishment he took was too great that he didn't win the fight for another 3 years after that.
Like do niggas see like what Golovkin does to people? Matter of fact, when Pat fucking, and shout out to the Kali, when Pat posted that shit in the OG thread, like I think it was the anniversary of the fight. The first thing I remember is, oh yeah, this nigga did say Toxic Avenger now. Let me go and see that. Like, this is a reminder, because Golovkin literally made this nigga look like the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, like,
look at the dude's face looked like it was peeling off type shit. Like an eye is floating right here, a lump right here, nose. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like, but he's overrated.
Yeah, like keep in mind, we get Durachenko is a good fighter, but Durachenko, the greatness of Durachenko got beaten out of him. Like Durachenko never became. Unfortunately, he has a journeyman record now because of the beating he took from Triple G.
The nigga ain't look good again until he fought Munguia.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
like come on, I remember Leonard Ellerby had a tweet like a couple weeks ago where he was saying like, because people was talking about damn boogeymen's a boxing, and Leonard Ellerby was like Triple G is an example of a boogeyman. Like he'd break your face. Like it's like you have to overpay the ops.
I mean, LB, Lou DiBella, like all these people are literally saying like the promos are saying like Triple G was avoided. Like and he was avoided because there was more than enough middleweight champions. The only middleweight champion that stepped up in Triple G's prime that stepped up was David Lemieux. The only one.
Facts. Every other none of these niggas wanted that shit.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like most of these guys, if they was fighting anybody else, they'd be making 75K, 100K, maybe 150, 200. Dude, when these niggas had to fight Triple G, these niggas got to pull out the checkbook. They literally, all right, so this guy, I think he'll take 350K. All right, this guy take a 3. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. I mean,
niggas were getting career paydays to fight Golovkin.
Yeah, like say Felix Sturm avoided him. Sergio sidestepped him. Cotto,
that's 2 right there.
Yeah, Cotto himself.
3. But y'all say he's not the boogeyman. But I'm like, if you dude, it's like he falls under every criteria of boogeyman.
Right.
He got legit names who didn't want it. Like even the other dude, the Mark Ortega nigga, I was going back and forth with. Like,
I saw that too. I saw that.
He another dumbass. Like, bro, like it's like you can't have certain discussions if we don't have a baseline agreement on certain things.
Right. Now, I get. I mean, if you don't like
Triple G, what up, Rob? What up, Miss Bitch? Salute.
Now I get if you don't like Triple G, say that, say that shit, but to say like, I mean, and at Triple G's boxer profile, he was technically, he was fundamentals, sound, power,
beats the eye test.
Yeah, beats the eye test, sound, power, sound. Has an all-time great chin.
One of the best chins I've ever seen in my life. He's one of the best chins I've seen.
He literally has a top 5 chin. That's up there. Yeah. Ever. Not at middleweight. Ever.
Yeah.
And the jab. Oh, don't get dude literally has one of the best jabs we've seen in the last 30 years of boxing.
Yeah.
But we all know what it is. He doesn't have a top, quote unquote, top level win. That's what that's the main reason.
But there's so many niggas who fall right under that.
No, I agree. I'm just saying because unfortunately he went 0. Say what you want. I was in a room full of Mexicans when the first Triple G fight. Canelo should have lost that fight. It was quiet as fuck at the end. I'm just saying he lost.
Dude got robbed in a 9 rounds to 3 type fight.
Whatever you want to say, he's unfortunately 0-3, 0-2-1, right, in those fights. So it's like
yeah, like I said, Triple G. I'm not gonna say Triple G should only have 1 loss in his career, and that's the 3rd fight with Canelo. That's the only fight Triple G has legitimately, truly lost in my eyes. Like, yeah,
I haven't seen it, so it's hard for me when I hear all this shit. I'm like, I only truly seen this nigga lose once, and he was about 50 years old when that happened, and he still won 5 rounds. So it's
It pretty much it was one of those things. If Triple G at least won at least 1 round in the first 6 rounds, they probably would have given it to him. That's how bad, because that's how bad Canelo looked in that fight. Like he looked.
So I'm just like niggas be, and my whole thing is this: like we've seen like Chris John is another one where he fought a bunch of guys that people didn't respect and heard of, but it took Rocky Juarez to make this nigga look human or normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like we not like Chris John and it to compare it. Rocky, and I love Rocky. Rocky, big fan of Rocky Juarez.
Same here.
But Rocky Juarez making Chris John go life and death twice. Mm-hmm. It's like if Curtis Stevens made Golovkin go life and death twice.
Yeah. And to his record, Triple G has no, and this what you will be hard pressed to find anyone that you can label a can giving Triple G any type of trouble, like any, like if, at all.
Thank
like,
you. You had to be at least a former world champion or current world champion to even make Golovkin even take you semi-serious, or even to win a few moments against Golovkin.
Or who's a top contender like a Derevyanchenko. Like Derevyanchenko was young.
Yes.
Yeah, and Triple G made him an old man before his time.
He might be the only top contender that Golovkin struggled with. Like when you really break it down,
yeah.
Everybody else were like champions or former world champion. I say former because I'm including guys like Asim Uma, who was like Golovkin's first like real kind of test back in the day, and he did some work.
Yeah.
So Uma
Uma was giving up Triple G for a good part of that fight before Triple G just kind of like really beat him down.
Took over, and that's the thing. Like when Golovkin starts coming back, he starts beating the shit out of you. Like, like come on, like y'all. You know what? The word boogeyman has just got overused so much that y'all forgot what it truly was. Like,
right? Yeah,
y'all let niggas like Johnny back tell y'all they a boogeyman and they go in life and death with fucking Denzel Bentley and running from a rematch.
Right, exactly. And then imagine blocking your hardest opponent on Twitter because he's rightfully calling for his rematch because he's pretty much
and he earned it.
Yeah,
it's not like he just. It's not like Denzel Bentley just said fuck all, didn't do everything, bollocks.
And
he just chilling around.
Off of that. He was living off of that.
Yeah,
fight with him. He wasn't.
He wasn't living off of it. That nigga went and handled business, got him. Even took another loss.
No, there's a narrative though. Because I'm gonna play a devil's advocate a little bit to balance things out.
Of course.
There's a narrative that Golovkin wasted a lot of time waiting on Canelo. There's this narrative that I don't know.
But whose fault is that? Is that Golovkin's fault or Canelo's fault?
It depends who you're a fan of, right?
It depends. It depends if you're a fucking hater or not.
If you hate Triple G or not. But that's one thing.
Because dude, look, first of all, like we get mad because the B side is knocking niggas out while he's waiting for the A side to finally man up and make the biggest fight in boxing.
Yeah. You're right.
What was the other? There was no bigger fight for Canelo or in boxing but Canelo and Golovkin, and only one person was dragging their ass to that fight.
And to even expound more on that, like I said, because with Cotto at the time was the lineal champion. He had the WBC belt. Triple G had to win the interim belt by beating Marco Antonio Rubio, and he knocked him out. And he was like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to make the fight. But Cotto was at a time of his career where he's like, you know what, weighing at 154 pounds because he was giving these people these ridiculous catch weights, and then
157, 159,
And I remember I used to tell niggas to get the fuck out of here. This is bullshit. Like this is like 160. Like you
only do that to a nigga you afraid of, and you ducking, and it's a boogeyman. Like,
and then finally the WBC was like, okay, look, fuck all this bullshit. Yeah, you got to defend this belt. So instead, Cotto drops the belt, and then it goes, and then Triple G's upgraded, and then Canelo faces Cotto, and Canelo becomes the lineal champion, and then Canelo pulls the same bullshit. This is why Canelo lost me at that point because he was like, because this is when he wasn't speaking English, but he clearly was motherfuckers like 154 or better or less. So and he was like, get the fuck
nigga was speaking in perfect English though.
He was on his Canelo. He was on his Canelo catch weight. Canelo weight, whatever you want to call it. He was
it was.
But don't worry, he didn't duck anybody important when during this time. He only avoided the Charlo brothers and Andre.
To say what I was gonna say earlier. So yeah, there's a perspective where you can say Triple G was maybe preying on Canelo or trying to get the Canelo fight, but also you could tell there was a clear agenda. Canelo was trying to age Triple G out a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Easily, that's the bigger agenda. That's the thing. I gotta speak to Americans on this. I don't know what it is with Americans where niggas always dick ride the A side, the corporate company, the conglomerate, the millionaire, the billionaire. Like in every situation, like America went from being like rooting for the underdog to like, fuck that. Nah, that nigga's been undefeated for 50 years. Oh, that nigga got Oprah money. Ah, fuck that. Yeah. Like, bro, like these niggas don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous too. It's like, but it's like everything that Triple G does, he passes the eye test. But just for the fact that people were legitimately ducking him, like no one. I mean,
never struggled with a can. But you got niggas who literally they'll fight 10. If they fight 20 cans, they struggle on the 17th one.
Right, exactly. Like imagine, like Triple G. Like there was nothing in Triple. Like his training regimen, shit. Like I remember, like I was still even doing a little boxing. Still at that point, like I started picking up stuff what he used to do. Like LB said, he had a jab. He had a variety of punches. He could knock you out with any type of punch. He had stamina for days. He worked he
footwork. He had great defense, especially for a pressure fighter. He could bob and weave, move his head. He could catch punches, parry. The thing is, you didn't get to see the most high level stuff from him until he fought Canelo.
Right.
Because nobody else would last that long. Like, when he fought David Lemieux, you got to see him boxing, be on the back foot and everything. But he's a punishing boxer. Like, yeah, I just don't get it. Like even Sergio, and shout out to Chris Brown. I see you. Triple G is one of the best middleweights, to be honest. But what would y'all say, him or Sergio Martinez, who raised Triple G rates higher?
I mean,
he destroyed the niggas who was fucking Martinez was going life and death with. Martin Murray should have had a win over Sergio Martinez.
Yeah, which is true. Which is absolutely true. Yeah, and Triple G is the only one that
beat the shit out of him. See, people forget when Golovkin came into the game, he was beating up all the guys that were giving Martinez a hard time or were just being avoided or weren't really buzzing, but they was quality dudes. He went in and just cleaned up all of that shit until you started making niggas get shook like, oh shit, hold on, who's this guy? He started having to overpay opponents. And remember, during all this time, niggas like Jacobs is getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he fighting the cancer and all that shit. Like y'all forget, like niggas forget all this. Like, and then it's the middleweight defenses niggas argue about. Whether it's 21, 20, or 15. At the end of the day, even if he has 15 defenses, like 90% of them shits are by like KO.
I'm saying, like
what the fuck are we doing? Like, no matter how you cross it, it's still a Hall of Fame credential. It's still some greatness. Because ain't too many niggas is defending titles and just destroying their contenders. Like, you'd have to go back to fucking the Klitschko era where they was defending titles and just beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, like Vlad. Like when Vlad got fixed by Manuel Stewart, God rest his soul. Vlad was the perfect example of boxing and destroying motherfuckers. Like, yeah, he was sweet.
And he didn't even make it as entertaining as Golovkin either.
Yeah, and like I said, and Vlad was sweet sciencing, but he was getting people the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't get this. It's like, and this is why I said, like, I gotta go. There was one tweet I basically said, like, on here. I just gotta repeat it because I see a lot of niggas just fucking stupid. Like,
okay, like, do that. What's that tweet, bro?
Like, it's cool if you think Triple G is overrated. That's okay. Like, he's still Hall of Fame or whatever. You keep doing overrated. Hell, I think Crawford overrated. The difference is I'm not trying to convince people that Crawford is overrated by making up weird criteria that I don't hold anybody else to. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of niggas is doing to Golovkin that they don't do to nobody else. The Mark Ortega nigga did that. His dumb ass was on some, the Ward fight was right there, and he never made that happen. Like, motherfucker, because he was trying to give you the biggest fight in boxing with Canelo. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? Who was it? Like, that's like saying, well, Crawford had the Keith Thurman fight right there, and he didn't take that. So, because he was trying to make an even bigger fight with Spence. Like, no one holds blood to those fucking standards. Like, just like with the whole, like, no one, like, if you're gonna keep it to everyone. Bud was the same way. Bud and Crawford and Golovkin literally had the same type of career for like the 70% of the time. Yeah. It just Crawford finally got his big fight at later toward the end, just like Golovkin did.
But the unfortunate thing is Golovkin was robbed of his actual legacy wins. Like Cotto should have been the legacy win. Triple should have been the one to put Cotto away. You know, but
exactly. And Cotto, the nigga was robbed of all those moments.
And Cotto being a lower weight, Cotto started at 140. He probably knew he didn't want that smoke. Clearly, he didn't want that smoke.
Yeah, and that's why niggas ain't even shame Cotto like that.
Yeah,
like
I sure as hell did. Like I
know Pat hates on Cotto. Pat don't like Cotto.
Yeah, because this is the thing. Once you get a middleweight belt, niggas ain't trying to hear this. Oh well, let me get a what's that ACC acclimated? Let me get an acclimated. To the weight. You know, let me just chill. Let me solidify. No, nigga, you gotta just like when prospects win a belt. We don't want to hear that Xander Zayas isn't more experienced than Virgil Ortiz. Like you still need to fight that nigga.
You know,
but no one, everybody keeps the whole energy different. Like, like Android, shout outs. I see you. What's up?
But I feel like it's sparked when somebody, because like how Pat mentioned earlier, so people posted, Triple G is a surefire Hall of Famer, and it has a check mark by his name, and some boxing Twitter user did the whole look at this. Triple G's automatically got the check mark, but none of these names, none of these other names, and that's where it
like nigga, if you so fucking smart and so influential, where's your fucking boxing channel? Where's your media credential press passes? Where's your website? Where's all this shit so you could be the influence and show that we're all wrong about the Golovkin? Like,
right?
Like that's it. Like,
but I feel like that's where it kind of started. Where in some cases Golovkin can be overrated. And I'm not saying. I'm just saying some people think he's overrated. Some think he's not getting his just due. And it's kind of like there's a big polar opposite when it comes to Golovkin's legacy. I feel like.
Yeah, but it's the one thing you could say he overrated. Like, look, Andre Ward's overrated to me, but he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not gonna say, well, it would have been nice if Andre Ward would have fought Superman. But he just now nicks it into the Hall of Fame, No one did that. Mm-hmm. It's like all this new shit is coming out when it's Golovkin's turn. Triple G passes the eye test, yet just doesn't have that resume. That's how I see it. And I'm cool with that. He's still a Hall of Famer now. Now, if you say he's not a Hall of Famer, then Android, you gotta go, bro. but if you can say that, then it's cool. Like everybody's gonna have somebody overrated, nigga. Like that's how it is. It's just when motherfuckers just start overanalyzing shit and bringing up new criteria that they wouldn't bring to nobody else. Mm-hmm. That's when it's like, shit. Y'all niggas think Wilder's a Hall of Famer, and if Golovkin resume don't cut it, then I know goddamn well Wilder resume don't cut it.
Yeah, no, and
get the fuck out of here. Wilder doesn't even have a Martin Murray on his resume. He don't have no fucking goddamn a Curtis Stevens.
And Wilder struggled with cans on his record. Like there are.
Thank you. Like what the fuck are we doing? Like y'all niggas sat here and watched Wilder get wobbled by fucking Eric Molina. When has Golovkin got wobbled by an Eric Molina level fighter?
Or you see Wilder getting outboxed by Gerald Washington.
Gerald fucking Washington. Y'all?
He didn't get saved against Luis Ortiz that first fight. I mean, come on, let's be
real. He was like, bro. And y'all talking about Luis, and y'all tried to make Luis Ortiz some mega millionaire, big, great, all the time famous Cuban name. Like he don't even have a Danny Jacobs career. Who y'all always say, well, damn, that's Golovkin's best friend, Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs. What the fuck is... He was at least a world champion.
Yeah, exactly.
He campaigned in 2 divisions. Like,
he's a 2-division champ, right? I swear he's a 2-division champion, Danny Jacobs, right?
No, he's a 2-time champion. No, he's
2-time.
Yeah, no, but and on top of that, too,
won the first Canelo fight for sure, though. Not at that. See, okay, and that's another thing. Like, Golovkin Canelo won. It's aged to the point like it's like Sweet Pea Chavez. Like, we don't look at that as a draw. We look at that as a Golovkin win. Just like we don't look at the Chavez fight with Sweet Pea as a draw. We look at that as Pernell got robbed. It's a win for Pernell. There's always niggas the haters who always try to, well,
don't count. It don't count.
That don't really count because, like, okay. But then turn around, these niggas would be like, well, Wilder definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He defended the belt 10 times.
Yeah.
Motherfucker against who?
I do see some well-known accounts who are Tank stands hating on Triple G. And when Tank is retired, they're gonna vouch. The same cats are gonna vouch for Tank being a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and there's the thing, and the big difference with that is Triple G ran towards the smoke. Tank does not do that. None
of these niggas were running toward any smoke. Remember, bro, Danny Jacobs ain't even want to fight Golovkin until he looked bad against Kell Brook.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember, Danny Jacobs was fucking getting dropped by fucking Mora. So it's like niggas were like, look, man, if you fuck it up with Mora, nigga, like we need to get you in a big fight ASAP.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, like none of these, like, as far as I'm concerned, like Golovkin by beatdown was like one of the most accurate predictions for a fight you could have at one time. Niggas is like, oh nah, he ain't a middleweight. Because I remember there was a time King P was on here. Shout outs to King P, feel better. And I said, Triple G's a top 10 middleweight of all time. And he said no. So my thing is this: name 10 better middleweights. And nigga never got to 10. I think we got to like 5 or 6. So it's like when y'all say shit like that, y'all gotta be prepared to back it up.
Yeah.
Y'all just can't just call out random shit. And then when a nigga hold the fire to you, it's like, well, I gotta research. No, nigga, no, you don't. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, hey man, I can name 15 niggas better than Jordan. And then when the nigga's like, all right, shit, name them. And the motherfucker start, well, LeBron, Kobe, Vince Carter, Dr. Like, no, nigga, like, what are we doing, man?
I mean, even Triple G, even after Triple G, even another thing that's always underrated with him is even as Triple G got older, he boxed more, but he still managed to get niggas out. Like, there wasn't a drop in his power. Like, his power always remained with him. I mean, hell, if the Murata is his last knockout win, and he brutalized Murata. Like,
honestly, that's an underrated win. Because, okay, so Chris Brand said, what's Triple G's best wins? Because his run felt like a lot of 154 and welterweights and Brock. I know you mean Brock during his prime. Mm-hmm. Best Triple G wins, I'd have to go for and besides the Canelo win. Of course, Jacobs. I would say Jacobs, Martin Murray, fucking David Lemieux.
I mean, I like the Dominique Wade win. I know, it might be.
Well, Dominique Wade. Well, I mean, as a win, I mean, Dominique Wade.
See, Pilot saying that is why niggas hate Golovkin. Like, you gonna fucking? I'm up here. We went from. You could have said Daniel Gill, nigga. You to fucking Wade. A nigga who needed a robbery. A nigga needed a gift to beat Solomon.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, even fucking the Ishida win for Triple G. Now, keep in mind, Ishida lost to. I mean, Ishida. He fought Paul Williams. Paul couldn't stop him. He fought Pirog. Pirog couldn't stop him. Ishida knocked out James Kirkland, which is a whole different conversation on why that happened. And Triple G levels him with one shot.
Takes him halfway out the ring, like, and that's the difference. A lot of these niggas that y'all be hyping up and shit. When they fight these common opponents, is either a decision or maybe I scored a knockdown. I'm the better guy. But Triple G was brutalizing these niggas where it's no question. Like, and that's the thing that kills me. A lot of you niggas, it's like you can't be a Crawford stan and be a Golovkin hater. It just don't work. Because a lot of the arguments I've had for Crawford, y'all niggas use against Golovkin with the whole, man, Crawford ain't really fight nobody. And he had multiple divisions and ain't fight nobody.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what Golovkin and Crawford got in common with these nobodies? They beat the shit out of those fucking nobodies.
But yeah, let me go on with more of his comment. But like, no, Rosado before Triple G, Rosado was actually probably on his way to becoming a 154 champion. Like if you watch Gabriel Rosado back in the early 2010, like Rosado was he was starting to peak. Like he was having some really good ass wins at 154, and then somehow, some way, someone could.
Despite the hiccup he had with Angulo.
Yeah, but that was Angulo that was also peaking at that point. Angulo was
a bad monster.
Man. But somehow, some way, Rosado decided, hey, I'm gonna go in the ring with Triple G because HBO offered him the money, and
it was a career. Pat, it come back to it was a career high payday.
And say what you will about Rosado, but he always was with the shits. Like he'd fight whoever,
But now this cost him his prime. This was a prime ending beating. Rosado
it was a bad beat then. It was a brutal beat.
Rosado after that one, the losses accumulated because simply he took too much punishment against Triple G. And like I said, only one other person was able to really stop him after that too, and that was just Lemieux, who also hits like a ton. But then it's just like, that was.
But Rosado, I think Rosado was paid like over $300K for that Triple G fight, and I don't think he would have made that much in the title fight. Like he literally got a career payday in exchange for his career shortening. Although it don't feel like he's shortened, motherfucker was fighting to up to last year type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least the prime was shortened. Like that's what niggas is forgetting.
He fought a couple months ago, actually. Randomly on some Triller card. It's kind of crazy. Marv Nation or some shit. He's still fighting.
Damn.
Yeah. He's probably definitely past it by then.
Okay, hold on, pal. Yo, we forgot. Shout out to my nigga Joshua O. What it do? A side note: who wins the fight between Perot and Golovkin? If Perot didn't have to pull out and retire because of his back injury. That's a good damn question.
Dimitri Pirog, right? Shit, that's tough.
Yeah, that would be that's because Pirog's footwork was Pirog had footwork out of this world. Like his footwork was elite footwork, foot position and defense and counters. Like,
he was a real smooth counter. His counters were really fucking.
His boxing was smooth.
Like he don't fight like no Euro dude.
Yeah, that's why it's actually it's a shame because Pirog will always have the Danny Jacobs win because no one had kind of got rid of Danny Jacobs like that. But yeah, honestly, Pirog would have given Triple G issues. Like
yeah, he definitely would have. But I feel like when Golovkin beat Peroka, he beat like a low budget, great value version of Pirog.
Hell, even Willie Monroe. Willie Monroe's a slick mover too, and Triple G got him the fuck out of there too.
I feel like that could have been maybe a trill. I don't know. That could have been like, maybe they split some wins. It would have been real. I don't know. It was real. It was close. It would have been a close fight, but unfortunately,
it would have been a close fight. I would have thought.
And I forgot all about the Willie Monroe fight.
Yeah, the Willie Monroe has only been stopped once, and that was from Triple G. And like I said, this is where people were saying Willie was kind of outboxing him. Is like he's not for long. Triple G had set traps and got him up out of there.
Dude, Pat, a lot of these niggas don't know boxing and they don't know what the fuck they're watching. Like even obvious shit. That's why you can't argue with everybody on this boxing shit. Like a lot of niggas they don't see what we see. Like you see how Chris Brand could just ask, "Hey, what's this nigga Golovkin's best wins?" And on the top of our head, we just rattled off the wins, right? Yeah. We even giving this nigga names that ain't even his best wins.
Yeah, and we'll provide.
We not no fucking haters, and we knowledgeable. But you say that to one of these assholes that's on Twitter, they're gonna just say, "Well, it was Danny Jacobs, and you shouldn't have won that." And like, suck a dick, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, it's called boxing, nigga.
And it's always in its context too. Like even the Vaness win too. Like keep in mind, Vaness gave Laura and Andre all types of fucking trouble. Like and Jermell Charlo.
Facts.
Yeah.
Then what does Triple G do? Triple G wipes his ass with him.
Yeah.
That's the shit people like. He wins the goddamn comparison fight against all these niggas. Y'all say he was ducking.
Right.
What this motherfucker said? Well, he offered Froch and Chavez Jr. to fight at 168, but then he offered Andre Ward 164, and I don't think he should be like, nigga, fuck who, what you think, nigga? You ain't in the fucking management room. You ain't. What the fuck? Yeah. And what the fuck was Andre Ward doing during this time? He damn sure wasn't fighting nobody great.
Yeah, he was fighting lawsuits. That's what he was doing.
He was fighting lawsuits. Like, y'all, and that's what my whole point. Like, niggas forget the context. Andre Ward never could afford Golovkin due to the lawsuits. And there was never a demand. Everybody was literally waiting for the goddamn Canelo fight. That's literally what it was. Yeah. Like Golovkin fighting Ward instead of waiting and finally getting the Canelo fight is like Canelo fighting Bivol instead of Benavidez. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a reason,
stupid, right?
Yeah, like there's a reason why the Triple G 1 and 2, Triple G Canelo fights 1 and 2 are like the last legit boxing pay-per-views to actually go over a mill. Like really until fucking Tank and Ryan Garcia, but then Tank that was not even on the level of Triple G. Like,
yeah, because you're talking about pound for pound versus a bright new face, popular
bright new face,
yeah, versus a face of one of many faces of boxing who's a ticket seller. Like that was I ain't gonna say that was a special. It wasn't no Jake Paul fight. It was a real boxing fight. Don't get it wrong, but you know, holding that fight up next to Haney and Lomachenko is two different things. Because they're like a month apart. But yeah, man, like it just I don't know. Like niggas is just like a lot of there's a lot of people who have respectable boxing knowledge and they're having these horrible takes. Like y'all niggas in a contest to beat who could say the worst Golovkin take.
Yeah, and funny, it's just funny to me how triggered. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure when Chocolatito's up for a ballot, we might see the same shit because it's like some people just I guess some people didn't like that particular HBO era, and they see him as Triple G is like, oh, overrated this, overrated that, or whatever. Though, but
who do it if Triple G's so overrated? Why aren't there more Triple G's? Look how sorry the middleweight division is right now. Y'all niggas would be fucking begging for a Golovkin to come along and just start cleaning up and knocking motherfuckers out.
Exactly.
That's why the fucking middleweight division is so trash now, because you ain't got a Golovkin.
Yeah, I mean, some of you don't
like, even y'all hear yourselves. Like, this is why, like, hardcore boxing fans at the most cannot really dictate the whole way boxing plays out because of little shit like that. And I know I get into it with Pat, you know, with Tank and all that. And yeah, he has his points, I have mine. But when y'all start, that's Tank though. When y'all start doing it to bona fide legit boxing niggas like Golovkin, that's when it's a real problem. Because then you're only gonna look at the Tank situation 12 times worse.
Right.
Could you imagine the takes Pat would have on Tank if he hated Golovkin? Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
So it's like, y'all, come on, man. Like, and a lot of times, like, guys like Curtis Stevens threats. Oh, Joshua, thank you. We forget about that. Saunders dug Golovkin too.
Yeah.
Even Chris Eubank, what he said at the press conference, Golovkin will beat both of us on the same night.
Yeah.
Who says that, bro? Who in the history of boxing says that shit? You about to fight one nigga, and then somebody mentions another nigga, and you just up and say, well, that nigga you talking about whoop me and him the same night.
And on top of that, too, like, I mean, never mind.
And be serious about it, too.
And never mind the sparring stories. Like, pretty much, there's only been like two fighters in the last 10 years. Like people say, "Oh, he's a beast sparring." Triple G and Better Beef. These are like the only two that's like,
facts.
Like those like Triple G. I mean, has been known to his battered sparring partners in amateur, and not on purpose, but just because that's how he fought. I mean,
he knocked out Kovalev in sparring.
Yeah, like
this is Kovalev in sparring.
Yeah. Like there's plenty of stories like, and then no one's actually saying, "Oh, that's not true," because like Yeah, it's like Triple G.
You know how many boxing interviews we come across over the years where niggas like, yeah, Triple G's the real deal. That's the hardest I've ever been hit, and that's with headgear.
Yeah, that 14-ounce, 16-ounce gloves, whatever they be wearing when they do sparring.
18-ounce.
Yeah,
nigga, ain't no way I'm sparring Golovkin in 16 ounces, bro.
Yeah, I mean, even Canelo
doesn't even them 18s and 20s for that nigga.
I mean, even Canelo doesn't even like about. You don't ever say Canelo say Triple G's a fraud. You know, like no. I mean, but it's somehow this is fast because motherfuckers just don't. They didn't like that era of HBO. But Triple G, like I said, if Triple G was robbed of his legacy win, and again, that's why people kind of look at his record like that. But like I said, context is everything in the sport. Like, don't just read fucking box rec or whatever and be like, oh, yeah, he's a bum or whatever. Like, there's context of why certain fighters are in the Hall of Fame.
Did he fight some niggas who didn't deserve the fight? Yes. But that's every boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wade didn't deserve to be in the ring with Golovkin. Yeah.
But he got there because he beat Sam Sullivan. That's the reason why.
And he didn't deserve that fight. I mean, he didn't deserve that win either, but this is boxing.
Yeah.
Like the nigga fought everybody who was lined up to fight him. Like, and motherfucker saying as soon as Golovkin got that DAZN money, he stopped fighting all the young and up and comers. Who were the young and up and comers?
I'm saying,
who the fuck? Like, matter of fact, two of his hardest fights came on DAZN. Murata and the goddamn Derevyanchenko.
Yeah. I mean,
what other young guys besides them earned the Triple G fight? Don't tell me nobody at super middleweight. So that's what I'm saying. Like, indeed, this is Mark Ortega, whatever the Pace Picante sauce ass last name this nigga got. Like these are real media niggas saying this stupid shit. Mm-hmm. Real media niggas having these arguments. Like you shouldn't be having this. Like honestly, like you should present better than a message board argument for shit like this.
And the funny thing too, Mark Ortega knows better, and the reason why for him because he actually does have the obscure fight knowledge like we do. But he be saying but it's like a weird contrast between that and then he says nonsense like that. He says nonsense.
He says a lot of nonsense for someone to have that pedigree, and it's just. I don't know why boxing has the worst, most informed fans ever. Mm-hmm. Just like the under construction nigga with the fucking I gotta say it. Like, how the fuck you gonna tell me Crawford fought a better version of Canelo than fucking Jermell Charlo, Golovkin, Floyd, and all these other niggas? Like, motherfuckers will stand on that shit, and then you press them a little bit, come out they just hate Golovkin. Like, so it's like, bro, like, what are we doing here?
The last comment where you said Triple G defense trash. Triple G defense trash.
Bro, dude, and niggas don't know that they contradict themselves because if Golovkin's defense was trash, he would have been wobbled and hurt, dropped, and beat up a lot more than what he was in his career.
Yeah.
Like, so one of these, like we see it all the time when niggas fight cans. One of these cans finally reaches the pinnacle of canness or whatever the fuck, and he pulls it out. Like, we see this all the time. Like, if Golovkin was that trash, it would have happened at least once. He would have had to run it back with one of these cans, and it never happened.
Right. Whereas the only time you've ever seen Triple G visibly uncomfortable with any type of punch was Derevyanchenko hitting him to the body once. And
we know that's not a fluke because Derevyanchenko hurt Jermall Charlo to the body.
And Derevyanchenko hurt Munguia multiple times everywhere.
And so we come back. So what I just say from that is basically Derevyanchenko's a great body puncher. Mm-hmm. So it took a great body puncher to hurt Golovkin, and it wasn't even to the fucking chin.
Right.
but he's not Hall of Fame though. Like, Sergio Martinez, especially, he was a pro soccer player before he transitioned to boxing, became a champion, very legendary. Yeah, and I take nothing away from Sergio Martinez, but it's like, he ran from Golovkin, and Golovkin had to clean up his leftovers. because he didn't clean them up enough. Like, you know how, little kids at the barbecue, when you bagging up all the trash and throwing away all the paper plates, they be having the most food left on the plate. That was the middleweight division before Golovkin came. Golovkin came and said, yo, what the fuck going on? Mm-hmm. Take this plate, take that plate. He flipped over a table or two, threw a chair here or there. Clean that shit the fuck up.
Yeah,
but y'all niggas not used to that. Y'all used to these niggas fighting a couple names and then jumping into another division, fighting a couple names and avoid a nigga from this division to jump here and go back and forth here. Y'all not used to a nigga just clocking in every day, doing what the fuck they supposed to do and being good at it. A nigga just knocking motherfuckers out every day at the office.
But Triple G is over and out. Yeah, no, Triple G is.
But he's overrated. My bad.
Yeah, he's Hall of Fame. Like I said, in the rightful world, Triple G would only have one loss, but he would have at least had his. He would have been undisputed middleweight champion. He would have been lineal middleweight champion. He would have at least had those credentials if it wasn't for politics and foolery, from a couple of fighters. That
just acknowledge that, because it's like you make this is why I always preach you have to be objective if you try to truly be knowledgeable and understand something, and especially if you got a platform and you're speaking, because when you go too far over to one side and it comes off like you're not even being critical, you're being overly critical. Now you're just hating. Mm-hmm. And I look at it, it's like how Judge Judy used to do niggas on her show. Like, if you tell a lie on one, you tell a lie once, mm-hmm. You'll tell it again. Yeah. And that's how she always used to get niggas. And so I look at hating the same way. If something to make you hate on a nigga one time, then that lets me know you'll hate on a nigga again, or you got it in your heart to do it again. So what's to say that another nigga come along that's like Golovkin knocking motherfuckers out? Are you gonna overanalyze him too?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
No, I'm just waiting until the day that Wilder makes it onto the ballot. And believe me, like I said, I am ready to hear some of them arguments.
Bro, me and Pat go be like, it go for like Double Dragon, Streets of Rage, Final Fight, because we gonna just tear up the Twitter streets, nigga. Like
like I said, if you're putting it on Triple G, if you're doing all this for Triple G, and literally he's like the only cat on this ballot, and we're gonna segue into this shortly. He's literally almost getting this type of smoke, which is just crazy to me.
Vinny Paz never got this type of smoke.
Yeah. And I've met Vinny Paz. I like dude. I watched his fights back in the day. He was entertaining, but you'd be hard pressed to kind of figure out why he made the Hall of Fame. I mean, his accomplishment. He's a 2-division champion, sure. But
he beat the corpse of Duran. I mean, that don't count. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and Greg Haugen. Those are his best wins.
But I think let's start mopping up the hallway. We all know why, because Paz had the car crash. He wasn't supposed to box again, became champ, right? So it kind of just like how Max Kellerman, the story of the career.
Yeah, I mean,
hold on, yo, you just reminded me, like, yo, why the fuck these niggas? Why is everybody still entertaining Ryan Garcia on these shows?
I see him. He got like a little bet thing now. Like, everybody forgot about last year already, huh? I see like
if he would have beat Rolly, I would understand. But you're coming off cheating and then a loss, a bad loss, not a fight of the year type loss where it's like, yeah, okay, using a good show, where you can have a little Lamont Roach type of tour type shit. I mean, bro, you got shellacked, nigga, and dropped, and everybody is putting Najee putting him on this show. Max Kellerman keep bringing this nigga back like he a goddamn special guest. Like that. That's what hurts boxing. Like, why are we? And him saying that shit about Triple G, like, bro, like, nigga, Luke Campbell almost made you quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck you know about Hall of Fame anything?
Yeah, he never even became a champion. Talking about a nigga that actually Like, I mean, who actually unified belts?
Actually, who's his best win? Danny Jacobs, nigga. Who's your best win? Oscar Duarte, nigga. Like,
did y'all watch that? Do y'all watch
like,
that?
What the fuck are we doing?
Do y'all watch that show with them, with the Inside the Ring show?
No, I don't watch that fucking bullshit, nigga.
I watched the first one. It was alright, but it's like it's kind of like I like Shady McCoy, but I don't need to hear him talk about boxing. You know,
it just I don't need to hear anything. Like Max Kellerman is past it, just like some of these boxers he dick ride. Like I'm not trying to hear Max Kellerman in 2025.
I was hyped for Max coming back, even though I know he was a shill during his HBO days. But it's like, damn, he really is washed in terms of his boxing. The way he breaks it down is kind of like, I don't know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, dude. Look, bro, they never get an entertaining niggas a show. Like, if you gonna give me a boxing show where you got Kevin Kelly, maybe Antonio Tarver. Bring in some special guests, like I don't know. Shout out to Salida because I feel like he got the best commentary team with Raul Marquez, Al Bernstein, and the third person.
They be flowing around like but yeah.
I heard Al Bernstein on the Don King bullshit last night. That's kind of crazy hearing him on that.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I literally.
I'd rather hear Al Bernstein a part of anything than some of these shit we subjected to. Hold on. Hey, what up, Anthony? Salute. Shut the word, cuz there's no S, cuz. But Pilot Impact. Triple G is being considered a Hall of Famer. Shouldn't the Crusher Sergey Kovalev considered a Hall of Famer?
When you get
I got no problem with Kovalev.
I think we're gonna get to it shortly about because we have our 5, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I got my 5.
Yeah, Kovalev's not eligible yet because he's still I think he's still fighting. I think it's 3 years. You got to be 3 years. 3 years inactive, I think. Now it was went from 5 to 3.
Yeah. Kovalev. Yeah, I mean Kovalev probably won't be in there. I mean, of course, now Kovalev has been getting into a lot of trouble lately too. But
I think Zab's can get in like first ballot, or he might have to wait, or he didn't get.
Isn't he already in?
Zab is first ballot.
Isn't Zab already in?
In the IBHOF?
I thought he was too.
I don't think so. I don't think he's in the actual.
Really, I thought he was already in.
No, yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it. IBHOF.
For some reason, I thought Zab was already in. For some reason,
because he went to New York in 2023. When was his last fight?
Oh, in New York, and not the international.
No, because Zab has been retired for a minute because he caught that brain injury in that foolish fight.
Yeah. How come he's not even on the ballot? No, he's not in yet. So that's weird. I don't know how he's in the New Jersey and New York Hall of Fame, but not the one that matters, IBHOF, right?
Yeah. Now Anthony Manzano, the 3 names you mentioned: Jacobs, Chocolatito, and Santa Cruz. Jacobs, no. Chocolatito, hell yes. Like he's first ballot. Yeah. LSC, they'll try to make him. He'll get on the ballot. I personally don't think. I think after he left 118, he stopped trying. So,
Yeah, I want to say Leo Santa Cruz Hall of Fame. Like he may be third ballot type shit. 4th. How about the Filipino flag? Yeah, Nonito Donaire is definitely Hall of Fame.
Donaire is definitely a Hall of Fame. Like he's like, I mean, that's
unless niggas want to come up and say who the fuck did Donaire beat?
Yeah.
Because I don't put it past none of you motherfuckers. Now I just don't think it's either y'all haters or y'all don't know boxing as good as y'all say y'all are. So I don't say y'all do. So
it might be a little bit of both, too.
It might be. You're right, because like some of these takes is like, wow, like I never want to be known for a nigga to just have like such horrible takes like this. Like, like god damn. And I might say some off the wall shit, I might say Yuck Mouth, Thugged Out's a better double album than Life After Death, and I still think that. But god damn it, I bring proof, receipts, and I have an argument. But I acknowledge Biggie shit too. Like y'all niggas don't do that. Y'all get pushed in the corner and it's like, fuck that. Man, his defense is ass. Like y'all niggas are like that was like triple Mayorga in there, not triple Golovkin, triple G, nigga. Like I believe the reason why they're gonna say the Filipino fast not a Hall of Fame because most boxing think this bitch to be falling in prime shit. I could agree with that, but it's like Daenerys had too many high-level fights. that he won. Like, you'd have to like, but there's gonna be some asshole. Because remember, there's nobody when we add him to Inoue resume, but.
See, I asked him. I asked him my server. I just asked real quick, who's better, chocolate? Like all time, Chocolatito or Donaire? And 2 people replied to me right away saying different both names. So it makes it interesting because I think most will pick Chocolatito, but some still following about Donaire. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, Chocolatito had more dominance.
Yeah, Chocolatito had more dominance. I think Donaire had like a crazy 10-year
more of longevity. Like Chalk had a higher peak, but Donaire may have had a longer prime or longer. I don't know, longer. I don't know. It's hard to longer.
And they both had long careers. That's a hard one.
Yeah, like
that might be a Twitter poll. Like, who had the better career, Chocolatito or Donaire?
Yeah, because I mean, the fact that Donaire is probably, he's still in the mix for trying to become champion, like, and especially in a division where usually after like 30, 31, like, you're old, because there's a lot of factors about competing in the divisions that he competes in, like, and he's still actually actively competing, which is unheard of, really. A 40-year-old competing in a sub 122 division like that,
because he wasn't supposed to come back from that Walters fight.
No, he was not. Like, he was able to become a champion. Like, he pushed Monster. He's the closest person to ever come to actually, to really bothering Monster, to really shaking up Monster like that, like really shaking them up, and put consistent hands on him. Most people don't put consistent hands on Monster like that. He did. So, but yeah, no, Donaire. Honestly, if Donaire is not a Hall of Famer, then I don't know who the fuck is, really.
Like, it's just like, this is exhausted, like, bad combatant stupidity, like, or hatred. Like, I don't know how those civil rights niggas did it back in the day. Like this thing, wow. And I know racism is an even harder fight, but shit, man, they get exhausted fighting stupidity, man.
Yeah. But, just to kind of segue into now, like the last part of our conversation with the Hall of Fame is the current ballot right now. So, obviously, people see some names on there. We talk about Triple G being on there, but I'm saying though, like you have spoke with Triple G. There are people on the that like, what the fuck are they like Sean Porter?
Why the fuck?
Sean Porter is not a Hall of Fame for his boxing career. He's not. Sean Porter needed at least have beaten Keith or Spence.
I think because he's a 2-time welterweight champion.
Crawford.
I think because he's a 2-time welterweight champion. And I know he was losing record against him, but he's the only one that fought all the welterweights of the era. He's the only guy. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's the
there's
only
a reason
one.
for that.
Yeah, and there's
and also he and I know we mentioned that Tim Brad's Hall of Fame for sure, but I think being in the media, let's say being the good Negro, but basically just kind of playing the game. The writers are gonna, you never know. The writers might get you in because you're already on the ballot already. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and
I mean, dude, your media contributions got to be on a Rocky, like Sylvester Stallone level to kind of get in there to me, like.
Yeah. In that case, because in this case, we probably expect Paulie Malignaggi to be on there just because of that, because the same thing.
You get what I'm saying, dude? I'll even give you one better, bro. Can Ring Gang get on the ballot in 10 years, nigga?
Like Pat, like I know it's a different sport, but NFL wise, Terrell Owens wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. But imagine if he was like how Randy Moss was obviously a first ballot. They were both first ballots, but Randy Moss played the media game, automatically, and T.O. never was with that shit. Then he had to wait for 5 years when he was a top.
It's also the same thing too. Like when me and LB were disgusted when Andre Ward got over James Toney, which is just unheard of. Tony had to wait a year. Tony had to wait a year or two, I think. Yeah, and I don't hate
this is
Ward.
James fucking Toney.
One of the best.
Not Freddie Toney, not Rigger Toney. Fucking James Toney. Like James, I still can't believe that. So it's like, nah, no, y'all not gonna do that with this year with this shit. Nah, and calling that out.
Yeah, and on top of that, with Sean Porter being on there too, and then just to pick a more recent fighter, like you have him on there, but you don't have Vic Darchinyan on there, who is a Hall of Famer in every sense of the fucking word.
Vic Darchinyan definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's an example of someone who should be. I think he was on last year's ballot too, and I'm not seeing him on that. I was like, why?
Castillo, Jose Luis Castillo's not on there. Colin Bay's not on the ballot either. Like, what the fuck are you talking about here?
Yeah, some of Colin Bay's not on there. I mean,
how's he not on there? That's
yeah, because it seems like there's a lot of people in there that were added that really shouldn't be on, and of course the constants. Like Sven Aki, like if you've ever heard him talk about German boxing,
oh god,
yeah, Sven Aki should never go in the Hall of Fame.
And but you know it's funny you mentioned his name because niggas treat him like he's Golovkin. like niggas like niggas treat Golovkin like that's like he's Aki, like a guy who just needed a bunch of split decisions to beat cans. Mm-hmm. Never wanted to have a step up fight, yada. Like that's how like y'all got to get y'all Europeans. Y'all get y'all Europeans too mixed up.
Looking at the ballot, they might get Ben and even I don't know because they've been waiting for a minute. But Ben and Eubank, since their sons fought twice this year, maybe they might try to get them in there type of shit. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean Eubank and Ben are. I mean they've always. I mean I'm not gonna argue them actually being on the list. Chris John shouldn't be on. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Chris John should not be on this fucking ballot in any fashion. Like I know
what's his name was arguing hard for DM Darius. Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame, whatever. But you ain't gonna put him over fucking Golovkin, bro. Stop.
Somebody was putting aside the side of I think Darius and Golovkin in terms of
that's the dude I'm talking about. Like
you saw
bro, like a nigga who was fucking scared to set foot in America to fight Roy Jones in a big pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, and ironically, he lost his 0-2 of Roy Jones' opponent in Julio Cesar Gonzalez. That's
thank you. So we really gonna like, dude, and it comes back to what I'm saying. And what me and Pat said, Golovkin never had no hiccup with these. Let me air quote marks cans.
Yeah,
you can't say all this shit and then because the nigga was going back, like the nigga was really going in detail, like he had a PowerPoint presentation on it, like bro, like I don't hate nobody enough to do all that, like y'all niggas got it.
Yeah, I'm not saying Darius Michalczewski wasn't a good fighter. He was.
Nah, he was a good fighter, very good fighter, but. Him not fighting Roy Jones hurt his career more than Roy Jones not fighting him.
Right.
And you can't use DM as a dude to prop up over Golovkin who actually fought his biggest fight.
And with Michalczewski, like what's even more like because I remember too, even before he lost to Julio Cesar Gonzalez, like he was struggling with Richard Hall, who Roy destroyed Richard Hall.
Thank you. A lot of niggas DM was fucking struggling with until he finally just war of attrition they ass out the way. But he was like, come on.
And the truth, that's a forgotten fade too. Like that's what it is. Because they fought two of those like brutal, like they're forgotten fades. Like I never forgot how brutal them fights were. Like Richard Hall was really giving it to Dupas for a minute in those fights. Like,
and if you see how Roy Jones treated Richard Hall, you wouldn't think Richard Hall would do anything with anybody world class.
Right.
And I'm just that's no disrespect to Richard Hall, but that's just more like Roy Jones was just that nigga.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, come on, you not imagine Golovkin going life or death with a Richard Hall level nigga. Like,
yeah,
come on, like, so it's like that's why it always comes back. It always comes back to hate.
Yeah, it's like I mean, people have to understand like there are context to everything. Like like why people are like being picked in the hall or whatever. Like and like I said, none of us hate Sean Porter, but it's not. And there are other people on there like Lucien Boutte.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Vianney Bungu. Like, are you kidding me?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
come on.
But yeah, and there's like more. Let's see, Aslino Freitas. I don't agree. Like, I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I don't agree on that.
Yeah, like there's people in there that really shouldn't be on there at all.
But remember, Virgil Hill win is better than any Golovkin win.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah, okay, like. If you're Roy Jones saying this, yeah, of course. I'll take a body shot KO of Virgil Hill over anything.
I seen some niggas on the ballots put in Mikey Garcia first ballot. You know, like somebody that's actually voting. So it makes it slippery slope. I'm just saying it makes it when Broner gets on this ballot if he does. I'm just saying because Garcia's a 4 division, so is Broner. I'm just saying it makes it.
But I feel you, Pilot. It's like what we said. Hold the same standard to everyone.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to say, "Oh, Mikey gets in because he's a 4 division," then hey, get that Broner too. Then, because if we start picking apart Mikey Garcia, I don't know if he's just a first ballot Hall of Famer like that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
especially over names that's been on the list.
Yeah. So I mean, just so you're so LB, who are your 5 picks though for for Hall of Fame induction?
Let me see. Triple G, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta throw it up for Florida. So Tarver.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta halfway throw it up for Florida again, and Casamayor, who I honestly think is Hall of Fame. I had to, RIP. I had to throw it up for Israel Vasquez.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was a hard one, but I said, fuck it, Vernon Forrest.
Who?
I said Vernon Forrest.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like,
rest in peace to the Viper.
Yeah, so a lot of people might not agree with my list, but I stand behind it. Like, there might be people that's more deserving before some of these guys, but Tarver, I think, deserves it. You can't have a win like Roy Jones and not be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
And that was close to prime. I mean, that was still prime Roy in a sense, right? So I was kind of even, argue what you want.
May not be prime. See, this is the thing. Like, it may not be prime Roy, but it's the closest to prime you'll get of Roy. Like, because I don't think that was prime Roy, but
it's the closest,
he was still the first one to do it.
There's the first one to actually do it, the closest.
Yeah, so he has to get all that credit. Like, I give Glenn Johnson credit too, but I give Glenn Johnson the credit in the sense of he had a Hall of Fame type of 2003 or what year was that? Where he beat Clinton Woods, knocked out Roy Jones, and didn't beat Tarver at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's fighter of the year shit. Yeah, that's 2003.
Yeah, that's fighter of the year. Like,
it was either 3 or 4. 2004, I think it was 2004.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah, so like, nigga, that's a crazy ass year. Yeah, 2003 was James Toney. Yeah, that y'all snubbed, motherfuckers. But yeah, 2000. So yeah, like, he made his moment look good too. But Tarver shit second round. So yeah, Tarver. Casamayor, I felt like been robbed a few times. I felt like he should have got the Freitas fight. I thought he beat Castillo too, actually. Castillo made that bullshit ass rally at the 8th round, and then niggas just gave him the fight, but he was getting boxed up for the first 7 rounds.
Word.
And Israel then gave us too many fight of the years. Like, if you're gonna have Gotti in the damn Hall of Fame, RIP, you got to have Israel Vasquez in there.
See, the thing with, Israel Vasquez, he has some wins to me, but after them 3 fights, he was no good after that. Like,
facts. Like, we that's facts. Like, you got to be objective. Like, and Vernon Forrest, you can make a case he don't belong. You can make a case he does. I'd make a case he does, but I wouldn't argue against anybody if they said, "Hey, man, Sutter, this nigga need to be in there before Forrest." Like, I ain't, unless you're gonna take the DM, nigga. Unless you're gonna say Darius Michalowski or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and truthfully, he shouldn't go in either. But that record, like, because I remember too. Because he ended his at 48. They were trying to make it, he's gonna break Marky Marcial's record and shit like that. And then Julio Cesar Gonzalez upset him, and then he got KO'd again in his last fight again. I'm like, well, I guess he's not going to 49.
Yeah, like, fuck all that. Like, cause like, he literally got most of his mystique came from being the guy Roy avoided, and it's like, dude. You're not gonna get famous for beating up the niggas already beat up, and you're doing it in front of less people on a lesser platform, like lesser TV channel. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm a beggar. Like what is that like? Yeah, I'm a better bag boy at because I bag up groceries at Winn-Dixie and you bag them up at Target. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how that shit sounded to me. Like the fuck, man. But yeah, that's my 5, yo.
See, mine was Triple G's, one of them. Second one was Gennaro Hernandez, and I've said this multiple times with him.
He definitely deserves to be in there.
Like
that's facts.
Yeah, like Gennaro Hernandez only lost to Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya in his career, and he had some long title. He had 2 long title reigns too. On top of that,
but he just fought bums. Who did he fight? Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to be Golovkin's advocate here.
Yeah. Now Gennaro Hernandez, that dude was the epitome of like work. Like dude was a worker. Like say you had to work to beat him. And really, and people could have said only Oscar and Floyd were actually able to actually turn a trick on that dude.
2 other Hall of Famers.
2 other Hall of
Famers. Great.
Yeah. And he beat a Hall of Famer in Azuma Nelson, and that one, and that was a fight that if I think Azuma got like cut earlier, or whatever, and had they actually went to the cards, he would have won. But Azuma said, "Fuck that shit, I'm gonna continue," and he won the split. And Gennaro won a split decision. I remember watching that fight. I was like, okay, and I thought that was admirable. That he actually gave him Gennaro a chance to actually win like the right way. To actually
these niggas would have said, no. What's that one? Lawrence Cole ref would have just told the nigga like, nah, chill, like you can win this. Shout out to Azuma Nelson, like that's a G. Although, wouldn't he be past it when he fought Hernandez? I mean, Gennaro, like, like I'm just saying, hold the standard to everybody. You feel me? But that's a good name. Like he definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
And then one is not really known as much as America, but he probably should be, considering that he's the record title defense holder in the flyweight with Pong Wajankim. You ever see his record is fucking ridiculous. It's like 91-5. Like it's
I think it's boxing for a minute.
Yeah, like you used to hear him all the time. Like if you were on the boards, like me and LB were, like he was always mentioned in some fashion. Like he was hardcore to the hardcore though, but dude was legit. He was legit. Like dude held that flyweight title for a long ass fucking time with them defenses. Like he.
Are we gonna ask who did he beat, Pat?
Yeah,
like that's like. And remember, all these niggas that have all these long title reigns, you're not hearing about how they destroyed these niggas and how they knocked them all out. We're just telling you had reigns because that's what they had. So there's a difference.
Yeah. And then my next choice was Mikey Garcia. Like Mikey Garcia is the the only thing
that's probably the only one I like. Like I agree with you, but I wouldn't say it for this year.
Yeah, and I feel you. I mean, Mikey Garcia to me when he was on, like Mikey has elite victories all over on his record. Like he has, like dude was basically untouchable until he went to what and he started at featherweight. Mikey was a guy that had Mikey was probably one of the most naturally talented boxers that didn't give a shit about boxing.
Yeah,
but he was just
he rather have been a cop or some kind of he was an Uncle Juan ass nigga. He wanted to
but Mikey,
be a NASCAR motherfucker. But he was it was in the blood. It was in the blood.
Yeah, and Mikey was better than his brother. Like there was no question about Mikey though.
Oh yeah,
Mikey,
for sure.
Mikey,
Robert Garcia was a champion, So
yeah, he was. But
Robert Garcia was quality. He was good, but the eye test is night and day between him and Mikey.
Yeah, no.
Mikey and Vargas were on the same level. Then you had Robert Garcia.
Right.
And that's no disrespect to Robert Garcia, but I'm pretty sure Robert Garcia would tell you that.
Justin Garcia's a better trainer than he was fighter?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Robert Garcia, or when it was Roberto Garcia, excuse me,
yeah.
When he played up his Mexican, like he was You know,
he played the play. Yeah,
nigga, you ain't shit, but I feel you.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
You know what I'm saying? But Mikey Garcia though, he was like, because Mikey would stay away for 2 years and then come back and was again knocking scarily knocking people out at lightweight. Like dude was just.
So you had Mikey. So, Pat, real quick, you had Mikey on your list then, out of your 5.
Yeah, that's what
we talking about him.
I was wondering. I was double checking.
Yeah, my bad, but damn.
Yeah, like that's why Mikey was so nonchalantly elite. It was ridiculous. Like now, had he actually gave 2 shits about boxing, he probably would have been a lot. He would have added on to his.
Nigga, wait. I think you just coined the term though. Like, slow that down. Yeah. This nigga said nonchalantly elite. Do you know how smooth that sounds? Like that's what I want to be. I want to be nonchalantly elite. Like
I don't.
But you just don't give a fuck about anything. Like,
and I don't. And not a lot of fighters you can even describe that way. But
that perfectly describes Mikey though.
Like I said, it
took
10
for 10 on that one.
Yeah, it took him going up to 147. To a division he had no business being in, and to get shut out. And then last but certainly not least, Wilfredo Vasquez. Again, another one.
Yes, he's deserving of it. I give him that.
Yeah, dude was a beast. Unfortunately, he's kind of known for Hamed kind of being the beginning and the end of his career because Hamed kind of gave him a beating. Yeah. And that's what made Hamed lineal at featherweight because because that's right. But Wilfredo Vasquez. He was a beast in his fucking prime. Like I remember watching them fucking fights on fucking Univision and shit like that back in the day. Yeah, Wilfredo Vasquez.
Then he had a son that was boxing too.
Yeah, his son. Didn't his son become a champion too?
Yeah, I could have sworn his son became a champion too. Wilfredo Vasquez Jr.
Yeah. I'm sure he did. Yeah, because I think it was short as his house was short as leprechauns, but he definitely became a champion.
Yeah, I do remember watching them fighting, him becoming a world champion. He wasn't there for long, but he did.
Yeah, because I remember because he lost.
His father does belong.
Because he lost his belt to Jorge Arce in a war, and then after
that, that might be a forgotten thing, nigga.
Yeah.
Hold on, do you feel like Arce deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
See, Arce is.
I know he's one of those could go back and forth with niggas on
but isn't Arce in that same bag as Freitas in this sense? I mean, similar, no.
Arce has. I think Arce.
I kind of want to lean more to Arce. Like I don't know. I know Arthur Gregorian don't deserve to be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Nah, fuck yeah.
And why is his name even on the list?
Freitas, I remember Freitas beat the fuck out of him. I remember that.
And he ran the last fucking round after dropping this nigga 3 times.
I think it was 4, my nigga.
4 times, yes, yeah. dude. I got that fight on VHS somewhere. Yes, and his claim to fame is beating Shane Mosley in the amateurs.
Exactly. Yeah, but Arce has a lot of fucking title defenses, because he's what was he 4 divisions? He was a 4 division champion.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Arce deserves to be in there.
Bro is beating he has at least 18 wins over world champions. That's the thing. But the thing is though, it's the elite fighters he's lost to. He lost to a lot of elite fighters.
And he lost bad to the elite fighters. Yeah. It's not like these split decisions, majority decisions where you're okay, could have gone the other. He's getting stopped or losing clearly.
Bro.
I do feel like he's deserving of it.
Yeah, bro would have these wars with the B levels. He had constant wars with them fucking B levels.
He made it entertaining. Nigga used to take a motorcycle to the ring and all types of shit.
Yeah. But
I get it. I get it. Because I was actually going back and forth with him and the last 2 names, Vasquez and Forrest. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to hear what Pilot got, nigga.
Yeah, but those are my choices. Yeah. And RCA was definitely one. I was he may get in a different year though, but you know, I wouldn't be mad at it. But Pilot, what about you?
Yeah, first, surefire ballot, Triple G is lock, you know what I'm saying, out of that list for sure. I had Vernon Forrest, rest in peace to the Viper. I know Mayorga was the style that wasn't right for him, but when you look over his a 2-division champ, unified, I'm pretty sure. Really good names on his resume. He died prematurely. Probably a little bit more juice left in him, maybe. I don't know. But either way,
I mean, he was champion when he died.
Yeah.
So, he got that lit back against Sergio Mora.
He lost to Mora, and that was kind of like, how do you lose to Mora? But this certain stuff.
Honestly, the Mora fight was a close fight, and you could draw Mora for Forrest didn't look great in that fight. And he made the fight more closer and difficult than what it was. It should have been.
Yeah.
I could understand them giving it to Mora.
It was a close fight.
Yeah,
I remember being pretty close.
But honestly, that was probably because they gave him the gift against Corte, which that made me so mad. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Corte won that fight.
Goddamn Corte.
Yeah, I was
Corte always got hold. Corte always got hold in his biggest fights. It felt like he always got the shaft.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but either way, Forrest, the way he did Mosley, the way he dropped Mosley that first fight stands out to me. He was a great fighter. Rest in peace.
And the beating he gave that damn Carlos Baldomir or Balthazar.
Yeah, he beat Fuck Baldomir's weird. Yeah, he beat Baldomir.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Balthazar.
Third, I said Antonio Tarver. One of the better light heavyweights of his time for sure. The Roy Jones knockout is a day of infamy in boxing. So I think you got to give him a nod there. Tarver. I did say Genaro Hernandez. His 2 losses are against elite pound for pound. Honestly, maybe I don't know if you want to put Oscar as an all-time pound for pound, but he's Oscar and Floyd.
Oscar's definitely all-time.
Yeah, Oscar and Floyd are elite all-time fighters. You know what I'm saying? And Genaro, like Pat said, had 2 long reigns, so I had Genaro Hernandez there. Rest in peace to him as well. The fifth spot for me was like, I don't know, like I kind of like saying maybe Darius, maybe Israel Vasquez, or maybe Mikey. I don't really. It's really like the ballot is like there's a lot of guys.
Hold on, you seriously debating Darius, nigga?
Okay, all right. I mean, at first I was thinking
we after this long absence, nigga, we bring you back on the podcast, and what are you doing? This how you repay us?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because Pat, this fucking guy, you hear this nigga? Like,
if they out of the 3, out of those, I mean, out of like it's like I might lean Mikey honestly, or rest in peace, and maybe give Israel to Vasquez just because he passed. I mean, not just because he passed away, but he's been on the ballot for a while.
Israel, he gave us some great fucking fights, man.
He gave a lot of great scraps. So it's like, but Mikey Garcia's a 4-division champ, so it's like I said between them two. So I don't know either one of those. To be honest, I'll just say Israel and get Mikey in next year because the pools will get shallow as time goes by. So I'll just say Vasquez.
Well, I don't know. See, I'm trying to figure out because there were names in there. Like I kind of swore that Victor Chinian was on the ballot last year, but he's I understand why he was taken.
It's not like you don't get dropped off like that baseball, right? You don't get dropped off the ballot, do you? Because I swear I saw Victor Chinian.
I swear it feels like that in boxing. Like you'll see a nigga name for a couple years, and then some new niggas come, and then you don't see that name no more.
Yeah, and there's probably so many boxers that should be in that aren't. They probably just kind of shuffle them around every year. And
look how long it took Ahmed to get in.
Julian Jackson.
The Hawk took like 5. It took him 5, 6. It took him a while to get in, right?
Julian it took him years to get him. It took him like a decade or 2, almost. It took him almost 2 decades. I mean,
rest in peace, Rocky Lockridge, who's known for the best damn cry ever. Beating Roger Mayweather and shit.
Cry.
Was he a 2-division champ, Rocky Lockridge? Or I know he's from Seattle. He's from Washington, so I kind of have some problems to him, but he didn't do enough, obviously.
Funny thing too is, I also debated about. Funny thing too is, I also debated about Mikhail Kessler too, because I mean he has wins, he
was in the mix, yeah.
He does. But I just feel like Kessler was like one good win short or something. I don't know.
Steve Collins just made it. You think he's gonna have to wait a little bit, right? Steve Collins probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, Steve Collins definitely a fucking wait. Nigga, Mikey Garcia gets in before him. Forrest, come on.
Because Impact was, if you didn't know any better, you would think Ben and Eubank were both, and looking at their actual resumes and everything, they aren't really surefire. But in terms of their UK impact, you would think they were Hall of Famers, right?
But this is the thing. I'm one of those niggas who feels like impact should play a part in Hall of Fame. Ben and what's in the Eubank, I feel like a Hall of Fame. You know, but there's different tiers of Hall of Fame. You got some niggas who Hall of Fame first ballot, like the Golovkins, the Floyds, the Pacquiaos, Tysons, niggas like that. Then you got niggas who I would say like Mikey Garcia, Andre Ward, where depending on the year, they could be first ballot or second ballot. Like Ward should have been second ballot. And I'm keeping that energy with Mikey Garcia. And
no, what if Tony got in at the same year as Ward? Would that have been all right? Or you still think Ward was just not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Timothy Bradley would have to get snubbed too that year?
Tim Bradley got in first ballot, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
But I'm saying, like, that year with Tony and them was a stacked year, though.
It was stacked, yeah.
So it's like you got to remove one of them other names, and I just feel like James Toney shouldn't have been that nigga. Like,
yeah, James Toney's first 5 years in the sport is incomparable to what Ward.
It's better than most people hold 10 years in the sport. Like, the fuck. Yeah. So yeah, that shit's crazy. Like
Tony fought Hoover's who won against a lot of Hoover's who. Yeah, that was definitely a first ballot all time. Come on, Hall of Famer.
Sure. So Anthony, I'm just reading Anthony Manzano because he's kind of going off. Anthony Manzano, you got spell these fighters' names correctly though. Just FYI, bro. Because I'm like Mildred Taylor. I know, like Mildred Taylor. Do I think he's Hall of Fame? No, I do not. Like great fighter, but Mildred Taylor's his prime was
division champ,
short.
2-division champ, but he was a 2-division champ. But after that fight with the first Chavez fight, kind of just fucked him. You know.
I feel like Mildred Taylor's another one of those. He's like one good win short type shit to me. Like, like he's one of those. He should eventually get in, but I understand he not being no first ballot, second ballot type.
Yeah, no, yeah, like and those, I mean, Mildred Taylor's hands, like he probably top 5 for fastest hands. Like bro had some of the fastest combinations I to this day I've ever seen.
Mildred could do it all, and he's in one of the most controversial endings of a fight ever. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the fights where like you show a new boxing fan,
and he got robbed in that fight. Let's be honest,
he did. But unfortunately,
Richard still fucked that fight up. I don't care who, niggas ain't gonna argue me on this one. Like, nah, Richard Steele fucked that fight up.
Yeah, but
Mildred Taylor should have a win for that.
But unfortunately, even if he got robbed or not, like the damage was already done to him. Like because
that's true, but the sad part is, God, like at least the damage meant something.
If he got his glory in his win, then it would have been.
He had a glory, like to have the ass whooping and not the glory. That's what kind of kills it. Like I think that kind of kills the spirit too. Like I don't even think the injuries.
He did come back. He won.
Yeah, he did come back, but still,
yeah, it was never the same. He was never.
Like, and that's the thing. Like the whole losing the fight, I think that made the injuries even worse. Because you don't have a high to pull from. You try to pull upward from a low.
Right.
So I think that play a part in it too. Just imagine if Brewster would have lost to Karanaski. What's that nigga in Germany?
Krasnacki?
The one where they were trying to give him the win so bad.
Yeah, imagine if mentally how that would have fucked up Brewster.
They were trying to give him the belt for sure. God damn.
Them niggas trying to FedEx that shit.
It was the recent. I think Pat even commented on it. It was recently, like 2 weeks ago when it happened, the anniversary. It's like I watched that clip. I was like, God damn, it was so egregious. I was just
that was when Germany was really on. Like Germany in the 90s and in the 2000s. This is the whole reason why I go hard when I see fucking Sven Aki's name anywhere. Like Yeah, I refuse.
Germany was like a superpower for boxing corruption back in the day.
Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, it did seem so.
Shout out to Germany though, but let's be honest here. Like, come on.
Yeah,
they had a lot of money and resources tied into it, and they want to get their ROI. The ROI.
Yeah, that's why I was happy that at least the Klitschko kind of broke away from Germany, so at least they didn't get lumped into the whole German nonsense. And then
they left that with the Arthur Abrahams and the rest of them niggas.
Yeah, and Arthur Abraham, at least he ventured out, but then once
took him long enough, but you right.
But then once in the Super 6, he started losing like that. He went right back to Germany and never went back. He never came back out again.
And I'm glad his name ain't getting mentioned for no Hall of Fame. I see it on the list.
He's on the belt. I mean, he's a 2-division champion. He actually won the super middleweight title. Most people don't even have it. And some of them like Epix used to air his fights for whatever fucking reason. So and some of them fights were wars. Like they were absolute wars. But it was just like but that was his level. Like he was never going that world level again. He wasn't venturing out of Germany. Whereas Sven Aki never ventured out. Like, and I said before, if Aki had actually ventured out and fought in America, he would have had losses. Like he would have had some serious losses on his record.
He needed to have serious losses on his record now.
Yeah, the only fight that I was pissed that he actually won legitimately was that fucking Anthony Mundine loss.
I knew he was gonna say that.
And ironically, Mundine was the one that was fucking beating him around the fucking ring, and then he knocks Mundine out with one punch. Yeah,
starched him hard too.
Yeah, and this is an Aki who has 6 fucking knockouts. He wasn't known for starching niggas too. That and he starts. I was like, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone when I watched it. I was like, you fucking.
I remember mad niggas was talking shit about Mundane after that because it was like, that's what you get, like, because he was like, you was making comments about 9/11, like niggas was letting him have it.
Yeah, but for this was Mundine, for us guy that was seen as a technician in Aki could not handle Mundine for nothing. And he punches him out. I'm just like, what the fuck am I? What the fuck is this?
Weird shit, bro. Weird.
Yeah, this is how you know we're old. Like we're not new to this. We're true to this. Like
that's why we understand all the nuances when we speak to these boxers in these interviews and shit. Like it's like it feel like they're speaking with their peers and not niggas just on some fan shit. Like don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like we understand the context and shit. That's why Ring Gang is elite. What the young niggas say, Ring Gang is so peak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Anthony. Also, other names you mentioned on there, like some of them are not gonna be. Some of them are not gonna be in the modern category. So some of them may actually go in the Hall of Fame probably a lot sooner than most of these niggas in the modern category. I'll tell you that. Like Esteban de Jesus. I mean, unfortunately, he went to jail. I think he murdered somebody and he caught AIDS, and but he took Duran Zero.
God
so
damn. Boxing life for real.
Yeah. Like some of them are not in modern, like they'll go in, but they won't go in under the category that we're reading from, which is just the modern category. So they will probably go in. They'll probably be in another ballot, but there's a lot of old time fighters. Like you're gonna have to kind of wait.
By the time Ben and Eubank get in there, they might be off the modern list.
Yeah. Wilfred Vazquez, like I just said, like he should absolutely be, like he should be in the Hall of Fame, like he's now. But the other names you mentioned, like they're old timer fighters, so they'll go in their criteria is probably a little bit different. Like they're not voting on those.
So we should get in this class maybe 3 deceased, 3 fighters that passed away, and Genaro Hernandez. Oh, I don't know if you mentioned him, but Genaro Hernandez.
If we add up the names, if Ring Gang was given a ballot and we had to submit it back, we would come up right now. It'd be we all agreed on Golovkin.
Yeah,
I think it was 2 out of 3 agreed with Genaro.
Genaro and Forrest, I think. I don't know if Pat said Forrest.
And Forrest, because I had Forrest. You had Forrest.
Yeah, I didn't say Forrest. Yeah.
And what was there was somebody else. Oh no, you had someone from both me and Pat's list, actually.
Yeah,
Gennaro.
Tarver.
So that means from this list, that means Golovkin, Gennaro Hernandez, and Vernon Forrest would get on.
Yeah, those three. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's bad.
It's not it's not bad at all.
Yeah,
and then some of these motherfucking names I'm seeing that you other media niggas is damn trying to get in.
Yeah, exactly though. But yeah, but the people that that are missing from this list that you're removing, like I said, and I'll say on this one because like I said before, Vic Darchinyan is a Hall of Famer. Is a personified. He's an absolute Hall of Famer, and and like I said, people have to really understand. Like if you were watching him back in the day, like bro was a demon in that fucking
see, and that's why Impact has to play a part in the voting because Darchinyan had that impact at them lower weights before anybody else did. He kind of filled in the gap to what we have now because after Hamed, ain't too much noise was getting made at them weights.
Yeah. And dude was brutal, and he was like damn near he ended like 2 careers like in the ring because of how brutal he was beating up people.
Was it like a Victor Polo?
Yeah, because I remember he beat up Donaire's older brother, Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn got it bad.
And then he gave some guy like a brain hemorrhage or whatever, or blood clot or something like that. Like, I remember he was on a Showtime cut. I remember too. I remember like they stopped it way too late, and dude was out there almost dead in the ring. Like that shit was crazy. Like,
didn't they put him on a stretcher?
What's that?
Didn't they put him on a stretcher?
Yeah, they put him on a stretcher too. Yeah, and Victor has the wins too. Like, dude was should have probably been the first undisputed 115 champion too. Like he was a killer at flyweight. At 115, he was a demon out there. He was serviceable at 118, but yeah, once he went up at that, he became a little bit more mortal, unfortunately, because some people are not meant to go too high in weight,
Yeah,
and that was him, But he had too many elite victories for him to not be on that list, or for him to take him off.
The knockouts, the impact. He fought all the names.
Yeah. Yeah,
he always gave a good account of himself.
Yeah, to be taking on this for Artur Grigorian, get the fuck
out. There's a few lower weight fighters that kind of get lost in the shuffle that don't get their just due because unfortunately lower weight fighters don't get the same amount of respect. Whatever.
I mean, there are names even there like Gussie Navarov should be Loki should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I think they put Omar Navarez on there. Yeah, I think that might be his first time I've ever seen his name on there.
Like, I think Navarez was on there. Yeah, Navarez was on there. Yeah. Chris John's been on that. Chris John's been on the ballot for a minute. Chris John, Indonesian boxer.
I don't know why.
I had an ex-girlfriend who her grandpa used to say, "Yeah, we used to always watch Chris John, this Indonesian brother." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no,
it'd always be cool when you talk to people from other countries like that because you really see an impact of
of boxing.
It puts context to the impact of the sport of boxing worldwide. Because imagine some chick telling you, "Yeah, we used to all gather around and watch Chris John fights." Like, nigga, like they treating it like that's the equivalent of you saying, "Well, yeah, Saturday night, man, we all used to turn up the TV and watch Oscar De La Hoya fight or Mike Tyson, Roy Jones fight."
Seriously, yeah. I mean, I got a boy from Australia who used to say, whenever David Tua was on, they'd always go and watch David Tua front and center.
Hey, motherfucker, whenever David Tua was on, I was watching that.
Yeah, I'm saying like
that's the point. Like for some fighters, it's like yeah, we all the same time. But even with Pacquiao, same time. Chris John is like, damn, like that's okay. Shit, he was popping over there.
I remember I watched the past prime David Tua fight, fucking Monty Barrett over fucking watching Timothy Bradley fight on HBO. I was like, get the fuck out of here, and the Tua was a better fight. So like,
didn't Barrett even drop Tua?
That was before.
Sure did.
That was before dual screens were common. that was like before you can.
We got the history for these niggas though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was one of the rare times I actually had the HBO on my TV at the time. So I had and Tua's shit was pay-per-view, but it was on a stream. So I was watching the stream on there, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yo, these cats are slugging it out." Like, you know,
they were.
I remember someone, I think it was asking me like, "Pat, why was I watching that when Timothy Bradley's on?" Well, because this is a better fucking fight. I think you.
Who's Bradley even fighting again that night? I can't even remember.
Oh shit, nigga! It was fuck. Let me. I gotta bring up Bex. I know exactly who it was.
Because I definitely remember the Tua Barrett fight being better.
Let me see. Oh, let me just bring up.
That was a fight we talked about more on the next day.
The Abregu fight. There we go. Yeah, it was the Abregu fight.
Oh, Luis Abrego.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, that fight was strong. I know
that was Tim's first fight at welterweight, and that wasn't even a bad fight because he did land like a crazy right hand on dude, but it wasn't a better fight than motherfucking Barrett. Tua.
Yeah. The Tua and Barrett were throwing hands, like, you know, like.
Yeah, and Abrego and Bradley was competitive, and Bradley outworked them. He won, but. Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah, like that was like they were trying because they were really trying to say, watch your Tim Bradley. That's like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight on that. Like, I'll watch it on my own time. I'll watch that. Yeah.
Bradley Provodnikov, yeah, but Bradley Abregu, no,
sir.
at least we know Ruslan gave us some fades on Friday Night Fights. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's more context where it's like, yeah, it's potential fade here.
Mm-hmm.
But Abregu, no. Like, not at all. Oh, shit. Oh, man, but it's been a great episode, though.
Yeah, no, it was just good because I was like, because Hall of Fame, like, you know, it was just trending so hard, and Triple G trending so hard with Hall of Fame. It was just like, yeah, we had to go, you know, had to get some bars off.
That just shows, once again, the popularity, because there's no way it should get that much of an uproar like that. Like, that's super popular. The contradictions where, but I didn't think Americans, you know, took the Golovkin like that. What do you mean? He was advertised and he was, you know, brought to your face to America. I'm like, okay, yeah, damn, like, niggas are sounding just too triggered to me. Like, what's that shit I said? I was like, some of y'all niggas is more mad at Golovkin than 50 years at Diddy.
Yeah.
And that is some weird energy to have. Y'all don't know these people. At least 50 got some type of connection with Diddy. You know what I mean? With the whole, I think it's smothered out his baby moms.
I do like your tweet, LB, where you mentioned like, oh no, maybe it was just in our DM. We were just talking about how do people got more smoke for Triple G than Paz? You know, that's just crazy. That's crazy to me.
That's again, like, why? Like,
and Paz might have been in the ballot and didn't have to wait. It had to wait a little bit, but still, it's like nobody. I didn't hear an outcry when he got in. I think like
and there should have been. There literally should have been.
Like Golovkin's getting, yeah.
And there's too many niggas with big platforms. Too many niggas who were supposed to have like respectable boxing takes to say this shit. So that's why I'm just like, wow, like the hate is real. Like, it's crazy, bro. But you know, here at Ring Game, you gonna get it unfiltered and the real down the line. Here you go type facts. No bullshit. No watered down. We put too much creamer in the coffee ass niggas. You know, you get like a spoonful or that little capful, and then you keep it moving. You bitches be wanting half the damn sweet ass creamer in that motherfucker, and then that's how you niggas like y'all boxing takes. Y'all want a bunch of 50% filler trolling bullshit. Right. Like, we don't do that. Cause it's like, who's gonna damn if we don't say these names and be objective, like, shit is only gonna get worse. Like 10 years from now, y'all gonna remember Tank and Ryan Garcia as a pound for pound fight. Nah, we you know, and I'm a nigga who bigged up the fight, but you know, I gotta draw the line. That's why there's two of us. That's why there's me and Pat, because you know, he gonna speak more for the hardcores. I'm gonna try to bridge the gap more for the casuals, but you need both mindsets though. Because there's some shit I gotta draw the line on. Like, hey man, hold on, wait. We're not gonna do this. Like, there's some shit that's like, yo, well, I mean, come on, Pat. Like, you know, we want the sport to grow, and we had these conversations, but it's real shit. Like, you know, if you have somebody who's just only thinking for themselves, you're gonna get turkey. If you have a nigga who's thinking on the other opposite end, and he's thinking about casuals, you're gonna get a Jake Paul. If you're thinking too hardcore, you're gonna get a DAZN. You need all of these shits to be balanced, or you're just gonna fall into one extreme.
Yep.
And then that's all it is. That's all we ring gang. You know what I'm saying? Like even Pilot being, you know, the devil's advocate tonight and bringing the other part, you know. But me and Pat being knowledgeable enough, we could argue the other shit that Pilot to bring up. Some of you niggas can't do that. Y'all that just got mad and called him a bitch or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, but nah, that's what niggas start doing though. Like they start like, fuck this nigga, you high anyway, nigga. What the fuck you know?
Everybody likes the rage debate, but when it's not successful, then you just kind of you show your hand. You know what I'm saying?
That's why like so many niggas I had to stop fucking with on the Collie with that after the Golovkin Jacobs fight, because then it's like Golovkin. It went from Golovkin never fought a good name until they moved the goalpost. Well, he should have really won that fight. It's like damn it, like. Niggas calling you out your name and shit. Like, I ain't got time for this, nigga. Like, I would literally beat the shit out of these niggas. Like, it'd be like that one video where the elephant kicks the badger, the honey badger. That's how I would treat some of these niggas. So it's like, I'm not going to argue. Like, just how King P's like, I ain't arguing with no bitch. Like, some of you niggas is bitches and I ain't going to argue with you. Like, so yeah, shout out to King P. But yeah, like, that's how I look at some of that shit. Like, nah, like it's like that ride at the damn fair where they be like, you must be this tall to ride to go on this roller coaster. Nigga, you must have this much boxing knowledge to be entertained by Shuttleworth. And some of you niggas is like Toxic Avenger height. Yeah, y'all midgets with this motherfucker. Like,
facts.
God damn, I've seen some of woo. Well, all I'm saying is like to be continued. And what I mean by that is in years' time, if it ain't me, it's gonna be our disciples. Me and Pat might make a special guest appearance. But when Wilder get on that motherfucking ballot, if I am alive, nigga, because I know my life crazy, nigga. So I'm just saying, if I'm alive, guaranteed I'm on this motherfucker saying, huh? Oh, wait, what? Who the fuck did he beat?
Yeah. I'm gonna seek out every comment that says, "Oh, Wilder's on there. Dude, he has 10 title defenses." Yeah. Trust me, believe me, I got plenty of smoke for you. Like if you think,
because you know what? If Golovkin's defense is ass, what the fuck is Wilder's defense?
But you know what? Like it's gonna be a lot of the niggas that are detractors of Triple G. Are gonna say in 7, 8, 10 years, whatever, Wilder and Tank are first ballot. And they're gonna argue it to the they're gonna argue it tough. Same niggas, exactly.
Of course. And that's why I don't take a lot of these niggas serious. Don't look, think about it this. Like I end it like this. Ever since Ring Gang Radio got started, and I've been on Twitter since 2015. Like you see how all of us in Ring Gang, our own personal accounts have increased by like hundreds. Like some of y'all niggas even mine's is the slowest growing account. Even though I bring out all this content, personal like artwork, comics, this, books, that, all that shit, animation, my shit don't grow like that because I don't be engaging with people like y'all do. And these type of horrible hot takes is kind of the reason for that. So you'll never really see me like niggas like we could be on damn nationwide TV and niggas like, damn, this nigga Shutter just got like 500 followers type shit. Like, yeah, he don't be entertaining you dumbass niggas.
Right.
So yeah, man. So that like, so I'm not just saying that shit just to say, like, I got proof of that shit. Like, I really don't this week is probably the most y'all seen me go back and forth with niggas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah,
usually you stay in the cut, but you have to get.
I stay in the cut. I don't get into the drama, like the way niggas be doing. And oh man, I gotta take a break from Twitter, man. Y'all making me act out of myself. I gotta do this. Oh, y'all making me. I'm gonna just drink my water and chill, or I'm gonna do this, or like nah. I don't. The niggas is beefing in the spaces, and yeah, I ain't got time for all that, nigga.
Facts.
We trying to take ring game to the top, nigga. No time to be doing all this bullshit. Now these niggas could do that. It's cool, you know. They more built for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, great episode, y'all. Like y'all killed this shit.
Yeah, definitely, So yeah, we'll be back. We'll probably be back, probably next week or whatever. We'll see see what popping, depending if we have a couple upsets this coming weekend or not. If not, we have, there's probably some other things we'll probably touch upon. You
might have an interview.
We might have an interview, true. Yeah, because shout out to Franchon again, Cruz Dezern for blessing us.
We got the clips incoming. They're gonna be coming soon.
Yep, working on those right now as we speak.
Great. It's a whole great interview. Is one of those interviews you can watch the whole interview, be entertained. Mm-hmm. But if you haven't seen it, when you see the clips, you're gonna be like, I gotta watch the rest of this shit. Facts. Like it's that good. Like we're in tears, we're laughing, we're cutting up, we talk about everything. So like it's honestly the pinnacle of Ring Gang, like really when it comes to the interviews and shit, because it's condensed, it's like an hour, but it's everything.
Right.
The comedy, jokes, music, boxing, shit talking, stories, like it got some hard lessons, fuckery, like it's everything, man. But yeah, y'all check that out.
But yeah, so yeah, make sure you do. We'll share that, obviously during the week, the clips and everything. So watch out for that. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpio, New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it, and Triple G is a damn Hall of Famer. No, period. So period. Yeah. So until next time, peace.
Triple G.